Tax Identity Theft Awareness Week. And as the April tax deadline approaches, it is important to keep your return and your personal information safe from those scammers.
On your side's Kristine Lazar joins us now to tell us how. Kristine.
Jamie and Rudabay, taxpayers lost $5.7 billion to tax scams and fraud in 2022, this according to the IRS. So for ways to protect yourself from these bad actors, we are joined by Ali Hashemian with Kinetic Financial. Thank you, as always, for joining us. You always have some really great information to give our viewers. First off, what are these popular tax scams that people should look out for?
I mean, the biggest thing that we see out there are people that are fishing for data, and they're doing it mostly via social media, emails, text messages, and phone calls. One thing people should remember is the IRS will never contact you via these types of methods. They will always do it via mail. So if you're getting those calls, those emails, those text messages, avoid them altogether and look out for some obvious things like poor grammar, because a lot of this is done internationally, hacking here, people in the United States.
And sometimes they'll reach out and say, hey, we can help you maximize your rebate. They even may offer to do taxes for you. You might think they're a legitimate tax preparer. How do you make sure that the person helping you with your taxes is actually licensed to do so?
Do some vetting. There's a lot of resources online for you to make sure that people are properly licensed. I'm not saying not to use a professional. Obviously, that's my business. And I do believe that people should do everything that they can to avoid taxes. Remember, tax evasion is a crime, but tax avoidance, that's your right as a U.S. citizen here. However, you want to make sure you're working with the right people, and you can do a lot of research before you get there.
So what can we do, kind of preventative measures that we can take to protect ourselves from being victims of identity theft or fraud related to tax season?
I'd say the biggest one is filing early, because if you file early, you're putting yourself out of danger a little bit. They're usually trying to get to the people that are in a rush. So if you take your time, start this process early, not only can you avoid some of the scams, but you're probably better off in terms of preparing yourself to pay less taxes. And remember, tax preparation and tax planning are two very different things. If you wait till the last minute, you're probably just preparing your taxes. You're not doing any planning or strategies. The other thing people can do is look at their withholdings. If you have less of a refund coming back to you, you're a lower target because they don't have money to go after. And not only is that good in terms of avoiding scamming, but again, that means that you can put more money away throughout the year into savings, investments, retirement, and other things that can better you. So definitely looking at where you can maximize your withholdings. I don't want you to pay too much in taxes, but I don't want you to withhold too much either.
Last question for you. If you think you've been a victim, what do you do now?
Mostly the best thing you can do is contact the IRS right away. You can also use the Federal Trade Commission. You can call the police, but as you've seen from the news today, we got hit and runs, we got murders, so we got a lot of stuff going on. They're probably not going to be your best bet. And then the credit bureaus, getting in touch with the 3 major credit bureaus, making sure that they know what's going on, that's probably your best bet.
And perhaps a credit freeze too,
of course,
if you're worried about that. All right, you always have so much information. Thank you for being on. Tax season, not a fun season, but it's a lot worse if you become a victim of identity theft. So we'll send it back to you guys.